Because what we do believe in Hindu religion, in over the world, nobody really look like what is God. Because God, for example, like a wind and air. Wind and air, you can feel it, but you never can see it. So that's the reason why in Hindu, God has represented.
Thanks for visiting the Wellness Seeker channel. This video is an excerpt from the book Ancient and Traditional Healing Secrets of Southeast Asia. The link to buy this book can be found on the description. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell button for support this channel and get more videos about spirituality and wellness. Balinese people live in harmony with nature, and have strong spiritual roots. The biggest evidence after all, it's the many temples and shrines, in every corner of Bali. Balinese Hinduism, based on Vedic philosophies and writings. Hinduism is what makes Bali different from the rest of Indonesia. More than 90% of Balinese are Hindu. You can see Hindu ceremonies and rituals all around the island. Hinduism in Bali has some influence from Buddhism together with animistic beliefs. The main difference with Hinduism in India is that even if Balinese Hindus worship a lot of gods and demons, they believe in only one god, with the name Sanghyang Waidi. However, in India, Hindus are polytheists. The temples in Bali are similar to the Indian temples, and the ceremonies are based on spiritual Vedic practices and chanting of mantras. Besakih Temple, also known as the Mother Temple, is the biggest and most important Hindu temple in Bali. It's over 1,000 years old, and located on the slopes of Mount Agra. You are not allowed to go inside the temple without a sarong. Besakih is the only sanctuary where a Hindu of any caste can worship. It houses the ancestral shrines of all Balinese Hindus. It's best to visit this temple at festivals and events, but it's stunning whenever you go there. At the top of the temple, you can enjoy the beautiful view.
So the person say, welcome to Pura Besakih. This is Pura Besakih, the biggest and the oldest Hindu temple in Bali. And we saw now this one a beautiful temple. Yes. So all of these statues are considered as a temple guardian. So when there are bigger ceremony, all of these statues in front of the temple covered with the sarung 2 different color. So when they are covered with a black and white check, that is symbolizing for the balancing good and evil. Because according Hindu belief in Bali, in the life of a human being, good and evil never separate. Good and evil is equal.
So here, mister, we can come down, okay? Look it up again. Or this way.
So all this tower, we call it a Mahameru, and all the roof of a Mahameru is always odd number. There is no number.
Okay.
Maximum number 11 roof and minimum number is 3 roof.
Okay.
And inside on a Mahameru, we got a small statues. That statues are symbolizing for the god. Because what we do believe in Hindu religion, in over the world, nobody really look like what is God. Because God, for example, like a wind and air. Wind and air, you can feel it, but you never can see it. So that's the reason why in Hindu, God has represented.
It's a massive temple complex, with 23 separate temples, and each temple has its own name. But the word of Besakih as a temple refers to the whole temple complex in the area. The three main temples are dedicated to Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. The most important temple in the area is the Pura Agung Panataran. Mother Temple is a very important temple for Balinese Hinduism. For me, is one of the finest and most beautiful temples in Southeast Asia. This video is an excerpt from the book Ancient and Traditional Healing Secrets of Southeast Asia. The link to buy this book can be found on the description. Southeast Asia, a place of extreme beauty and wilderness. The spiritual practices and philosophies of Hinduism and Theravada Buddhism have influenced the food, martial arts, and way of living, herbs and medicinal parts of the plants used by many ethnic groups in Southeast Asia. For sure, is one of the best destinations to visit for wellness and natural therapies. As I lived in Southeast Asia for more than 15 years, this film is not just a documentary. It's a life journey.